there are only two of us here. Me and the one creating me. It's the same. I am created by the one that creates me. And who is the creator? It is God. And who am I? The only one here in existence. Seeing his whole creation, his dream, his manifestation. I am the one between the creation and the creator. What does that make me? It makes me small, and it makes me great. The Creator creates me, who sees this creation. There's only one formed. The formless forms this, who sees all the creation, the manifestation, the imagination. It's a strange game. The one creator invisible, the created one visible, and the imagination. That's the dream. So there are three, but in fact there's only one. And I'm all three. And I am nothing of it. I am the silent, movingless awareness. My goodness, this story, where does it come from? From the inner self, which is silence, creating movements and observing the movements and experiencing the reality of the silence. So happy. This is so blissful to understand what you are. Thank you for proof, illumination. It's illuminating to see the only real self, the silent, eternal bliss that you are. Oh my goodness. No words shall remain. Bliss, eternal bliss. Something I felt and tried to find the words to speak out the experience, because people looking for freedom know that they are aware that they are living in a dream form and that the reality is the silence. And that when you wake up in the morning, you start to dream. And when you fall in a deep, dreamless sleep, you are the reality. But it is not experienced because the mind cannot enter that place. That's empty. It's empty of forms, of words, of opinion. It's empty of you, person. And it is said that it is the reality and it is awareness. And then the person starts to look for that experience in deep sleep, trying to feel it, to be awake in that deep sleep state, to be real, the self, and expecting a sort of bliss or a feeling of I am, or the truth, for I'm not this person now, I am in my real state. But there is no mind and no words in that state, so there is nothing to experience for the person experience. But sometimes you wake up in the morning, you wake up, you fall asleep, but there is a sort of feeling of freedom or goodness or well-being. And then you say, oh, I have a dream. That's so good. I am trying to remember what I dreamt because I feel so good. So we always want to make it something to grasp, to take it back when we need it. But this is not a word or a feeling or an experience. This is what you really are, and what you are is no thing. So that feeling that you sometimes have when you wake up, it is we can call it bliss or ananda. It is that reality what you are. And no other thing can enter that than this soft feeling of well-being. And that's your reality. That is what you are, and that is what we long for. And we try to reach that by sitting in the day with our eyes closed and in a yoga attitude, or doing mantras, or praying, or bending for a photo of a guru. Well, it could help to make you out of the mind, out of the thoughts, and out of the wantings, to make you silence, because only in the silence there is this well-being. I call it well-being. It's maybe, I call it ananda, bliss, but there is nothing else than the real you. And it is not to be reached by actions, because the actions are you as a person. Only when you are silent and good, give attention and are aware of this deep silence, this silence is a means of bringing you to that reality. The silence is not boring. The mind thinks it is boring, but the silence itself is a vehicle, as you could say that. It is the means, the possibility. It's like a bridge that brings you from this world of forms into your own real silent self. Do you know the secret of creation? If you don't give it opinion, you don't give it form. If you don't give it form, it is not created. That's the secret of creation. Giving things opinion, and you make it something and it has its form. Otherwise it just is appearances, not even mention a name or so. If you don't give it opinion, it doesn't exist. No, it has no form. That's a secret of creation, giving it form. That means there is only one. God, the Creator, is invisible. And what He creates is imagination. And that what sees it is me. I am. That's the only thing that is real. I am. I am existing. I came out of the invisible God, and I can see and experience the invisible imagination. Imagination is not real, so it is not visible. It is the dream. It is God's dream. God is invisible and his dream is not real. But in between, there is this I am. And I know God and I experience his manifestation. That's three, but there's only one. God is not visible. The creation is imaginating movements. It's not real. And this form is temporal here. It's a temporal form to make a bridge between the invisible God and the unreal imagination. This is the only thing existing, is this me, this I am. All is I am. There's only I am. It's so strange to discover what is the play of God and the role that you play. You play a role in the play of God. God is invisible, it's not visible. And his imagination that seems to be there is not real. And this form is the one possibility to be aware of both, of the invisible creator and the visible non-reality of the imagination of the creation. It is I am. What I see is not real, and what is not seen is real. And I am in between for the time being. Oh my goodness. There's so much knowledge coming in this brain. But it's not a brain, it is knowledge. Knowledge of the invisibility about the not reality. The visible not reality. Okay. Poof. Wow. All these moving pictures every day, again and again. All these visible pictures. This is my home. I live here. But as a matter of fact, this cannot be my home. The moving pictures of the day cannot be your home. Your home is the silence inside that is witnessing all these moving pictures. We are so lost in this world, and we are unhappy and try to get happy moments and life in this film of pictures passing by. It's impossible. Maybe there are some moments that you can feel joy. Okay, that's true. But the other side is the loss of joy, because it will not last. Only real joy, the real happiness. It is not like, wow, I'm so happy. No, it is like peaceful feeling of yourself. The only thing that is real happiness is the self, the inner self, that which sees, that which knows. It's not here. This here is not your home. This is where you have been thrown in to discover that you have left your real self. That's why you went out, to discover the real self, which does not move. We all are thrown into the movements of the passing movie. It's not real, but we are lost in this unreal world. It is not our home. You have to leave it before it's really time that you go, that your body will stop. Leave this world before your body makes you leave this world. So that means you can leave it with your awareness. Stay in your bliss. Don't expect jumpings of shoutings of joy and happiness. That's only on the world for a little bit, and it will go away. But the real happiness is silence. The silence of being the observer, and don't observe anything. You first observe the world, and then the world falls apart in pieces, only fragments, and then only the emptiness remains. Aware of the emptiness. That's the self, empty of all this trouble here, and empty of all these images here. It is not true. This is not a reality. You are lost. Come home. Go inside and feel the peace of the real self that you are. It's a struggle. It is difficult. When you think you are this here, then you won't leave it. But you will leave it. Finally, all will come back to the inner self, the place of silence. That's the only happiness we will find, our true inner self. There are some wise men that feel inside the reality of their being, and that this form here is illusion. And what do they do to keep that feeling of awareness that all is illusion? They just sit. They sit quietly with the eyes closed, not to go into the illusion, but to stay in the silent inner self. So they avoid being in the illusion by sitting quiet. But still sitting quiet or moving, it is all taking place in illusion. So I know why they do it, that they want to keep their mind quiet, but they sit with their body quiet, so that will not help. You might as well go out and have a nice tour in the nature or wherever you like to go when your mind is quiet. It doesn't matter where your body is, or that you don't move, or that you are running around. It's about knowing the inner self, and what the body does has nothing to do with whatever free state you are. The free state is nothingness, and what's coming out is illusion. It's the dream, it's the imagination. So if you sit quiet with your eyes closed, half naked in a cave, you think you are liberated. And if you are going with your new bicycle and in the nature, seeing the trees and the flowers and moving around through the roads where you like to go, and your mind is quiet, and you know this is all illusion, but I enjoy it. While I am in the illusion, I know that I am not this all, but it is here to wake me up. And I am enjoying the ride through this illusionary field where I am, this place, this dream state, but I enjoy myself. That's, well, it's also an illusion that you go on your bike in the nature, or that you sit on a rock with your eyes closed. But I prefer, and that's not my choice, but it is logic, that the time you are in illusion, the time you get up in the morning and you go to bed in the evening, in the meantime, you can do whatever comes forth that day, whatever is being available and is being possible to go and to enjoy it, because it's about your mind, your inner self, realizing it is all imagination. Sitting on a stone or going out or reading a book or hearing music, it's not about what you do with your body, not about the movements. It is about what is in here. The wisdom is in here that all this is illusion. Whether you eat an ice cream or a beefsteak, or you are a vegetarian, skinny bone form sitting and not living really. It's all illusion, and it's not even your choice to act. It is coming from the real state that you are putting this in movement. So the one is having joy in the nature, and the other one is sitting alone in a cave and suffering, or the cold, or whatever, hunger. But both are in the dream of the reality, this real state that you are, that dreams that it is going out in a imagined world. When you know that, it doesn't matter what you do, but it's about that you know it, your realization that you are not this, and then you can do whatever is coming. It's not your doing anymore. So it's not necessary to sit quiet and not moving. Maybe in the beginning, when you are distracted by every movement around, that you are quiet. But when you know what you are, it doesn't matter what you do. It's not your doing. It is what is at that moment coming, appearing. So I mean, you can enjoy your life as long as you really know that it is teaching you to feel the inner self. It's the inner self. Wherever it goes, it is the inner self. That's what it's about. Have fun. Be happy. Be happy. There is totally nothing to reach in life, not for a human being. For everything that it gets, it will get lost. It's whatever you gain, the other side of it is the loss. So you are always in duality. There's only one thing to take in life, to reach in life, and that's not for the human being, but for the inner being. that has the capacity to get full awareness, which it is, but it has lost that awareness in the human being. And human being is missing something and it's looking for it around in the illusionary world. But the human being is itself an instrument of the free awareness, and it uses this instrument to become free. But it was put in a prisoned world, an imprisoned world. So you can never get something in that imprisonment of the world. So stop trying to be happy here. It will not work. If there is some moment of happiness, it will pass. That's not a real happiness. That's a bit of pleasure. And pleasure has the other side again stuck to it. Unpleasure. So never try to get something for yourself here in this earthly life. It's an illusion, and you will find out after trying ages and ages trying to be happy here, you will give up. And I don't mean to be how would you call it, negative and make you feel unhappy. No, I want you to reach the real self, the real happiness, which is hidden inside. We all search for happiness on the wrong side of the mind. Mind searches happiness in the world of the mind. Will not work. The heart searches happiness in the side of the soul. But the heart tries to get happiness from another person's heart or personal being. It will not work. Just follow your own heart inside and feel that it is already filled up with happiness. It is in you. I cannot stop trying. I tell this to myself daily. Stop trying to find that what you have here. Don't try to find it there. You will be so disappointed and embarrassed, and you will be down and but yeah, you cannot do anything else than follow your own road until you come to the gate that's closed. No more further. Nothing to get here. And then the possibility of the inner comes out. And your mind gives up. Your heart will start pouring the love that you are. Self-awareness, self-realization, the inner realization, not outside, inside. See? There it is, ready for you. In what you are, nothing exists. It has no name and no form, no time, no words. How can it be named? How can it be formed? How can it be known? It is not known, and there is nothing known in it. In that what you are exists nothing. This is the greatest bliss ever, to experience that. Not even Om exists in it. That what you are. Total empty of whatever appears seemingly It is not even that what appears, that exists. Nothing exists. Inside you exists nothing. Peace. Not even the word peace can enter there. Bliss, Ananda. These are all words outside of that inner emptiness. Nothing can enter that, what you are. That's what you eternally are, timeless. How can we long for stuff in the outer world? Material stuff or position or money or a name, a form, importance. It's so far drifted off from emptiness which you are. That what you are has nothing in it. Nothing is in you. That's what you long for. But you need not long for it because it is. It is you. Nothing is you. Empty of everything, sticked to it and glued to it, and no words can describe that. It is beyond mind and words, beyond name, form, beyond time, beyond beginning of time. All that is only outer. All the planets, the galaxies, the gods, the humans, the animals, all that is out of that inner space. Not even the word space can touch it. In you is no thing. Feel it. Silence seems empty of movements and empty of nice things and empty of life. But silence is the means to bring you to your real happiness. It is not just sit in silence and nothing further. It is the silence as silence is a means to bring you to your truth. Do you believe your peace inside? That's all. Nothing is needed but to believe your peace inside. That's what it means when they say, do you believe in God? And many say, I don't believe in God. You have no idea what they say. But in reality, you can see it in their hasty life. They don't believe in their peace inside. So they rush for money and status and wealth because they don't believe in God, as they say. They don't believe in a peace. But as a matter of fact, they do, because when they rush for status and money and position, that brings them the happy feeling of being nice and good and rich, and being not in a state of hurrying to find the stuff that brings them the bliss and the peace, because they think their peace comes from what they get in the material world. So they do believe in peace, only they are not aware. Do you believe your peace inside? Then you don't have to rush and to run. No, why should you? You found your peace inside. You don't need it from the outer world. Everybody needs to believe the peace inside, and they will. They will believe in the God that is peace. They will all rest in peace. And there are many that do believe in God, but they have no idea that it is the same as to believe in peace inside. And they fight with others that believe in God about the kind of God they believe in. No, your God is not the right God, it's my God. Only my God is the best way to reach, to believe. And then they cut off each other's head. Because they want to believe in peace. How can you be in peace when you kill another? Oh my goodness, this mind takes us so far away from our inner peace. And the mind tells you, follow me, I will bring you peace. Of course not. But you have to follow the mind to realize that you don't need that mind. It will bring you pain and war. And then you realize it's not there. It's inside. And then you believe in peace inside. Feel it. It's belief in silence. It's belief in bliss, in happiness. It is belief in God. It's belief in yourself. It is inside. All that is inside. Haha. Peace is here now. Merge in it, and you will need nothing more. Merge in your own silent peace. Every single thing happens in the dream, and it happens through the dream, by the dream, as the dream. If there was no dream, there was nothing happening. And that's what you know. You know that you dream. And then you think that everything that happens in the dream happens to you. That's the big mistake. It doesn't happen to you. No, of course not. The movie on the television doesn't happen to you. No, it's so simple. It happens in the dream, in the imagination, as imagination. Nothing else exists. You are free. You are free of all that. Be happy. There are so many people busy with the dream, and then they try to make the dream nice and better and happy. How could you? When you look at a movie that is on the television, you can sit on the couch and you cannot make the movie better or happier or make the persons do what you want them to do, because you are the observer, you are the witness. Likewise, you are now the witness of this. This all here is dream. It is imagination. You cannot change imagination that rises up. Most people think they can do something, and they sit in a yoga attitude with painful knees to make the dream better. I'm so laughing loud, because when you realize what you are, nothing happens in what you are. And that seems boring for the one that is dreaming. So he enters the dream that he makes up. But then he forgets that it is only a dream. And then in the dream he tries to find a good dream. And the bad dream has to disappear. The nightmare is outside, and you want to have a good dream. You cannot decide what dream. You can only know that you are the dream, the person, the one, not the person, the entity, the freedom that sees it happening. So let happen what happens in the dream. It's not real. It's not real. It's imagination. Well, if you think you are the one making up the dream, then make a better dream. Then you can say, I will have a good dream today. And I will not allow bad things to enter. But then you are out of the dream, looking at it. But when you are in the dream, you are part of the dream, of the imagination. I am part of this all. How can I change it? How can I do things? How can I make it better? By sitting in a attitude, or running around the statue 3 times, and then I have a good day, or some that people do those sort of things. So ridiculous, but you can understand it. They want to be happy. Alleen they don't know how. And then they think they can, in the dream where they can make it good. No, the only thing that happens is step out of the dream, wake up, and see that you are already happy. It is happiness. Here and now, nothing happens in happiness. Nothing happens in happiness. That's what you are, and because of you think, I am used to happenings, you enter the dream. So that's your own mistake. But you will find out when the dream starts to hurt. Then you want to get out, but you are not in it. Funny game. It's really a funny game. My goodness, wake up and see your dream. Every single thing that you can see or hear or witness is just appearance in a dream form. It's imagination. Because in the deep sleep in the night, there is nothing. There is no mind that imagines anything. So there is nothing appearing. That's the great peace, to have nothing in your mind, because mind is not there. And in daytime, the mind arises and the dream starts. All this here is a dream. There's only imagination of the mind. All happens in the mind. We know that, because in the deep sleep, no mind, nothing happens. And that is the bliss. And every time again we go out in the dream until we really wake up in the deep sleep state. Then we will find out that there is just happiness and bliss. And we don't need to go in the daydream state in the morning to discover all kinds of things that are pleasant and hurting. And well, that's not our home. That's day. Today, this here is not our home. It's imagination, and the mind is the great imagined being. It imagines all. So if you stop thinking and imagining things, then nothing will appear. But we cannot do it because the mind is blah, blah, blah. It keeps on going. Just know that you are the one seeing all this, that you are the observer, that all that appears is imagination. It's moving pictures. You cannot do anything about it, only withdraw and see inside the reality of your being. Then you know you are not that visible dream. Deep sleep state, nothing arises, peace. So all that arises must be dream. It's not true, it's not real. So let it be. Happy, happy. The dream images are touched, not the dreamer. In the dream, you can see the things happen. Somebody running, somebody's falling, somebody's wet in the rain. It is all dream images that are touched by the dream. Has nothing to do with you. You are untouched. That's your freedom.